everyone, hey and welcome back to yet another episode of Battle Rap Resume. This is your host Tom Quee. Thank you so much for joining me. Before we get into today's episode, the guest, Mr. Rob Wilson, that I'm very, very excited to introduce. Just before we get into this Battle Rap Resume episode in particular, I just want to say please follow the show at Battle Rap Resume on Twitter. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Leave us a review on iTunes, would be greatly appreciated, or whatever podcast format you live on. Leave us a comment, any of those things. Go on to the Patreon as well if you want to get access to the episodes before they come out. Patreon.com/Battle Rap Resume. I appreciate all the support on there. But yeah, my guest is someone who's came through recently, someone who has an incredibly original, compelling personality really in the modern paradigm of battling, someone who doesn't battle that much, but someone who has renown. You know, he's had like 2 battles in 2 years now, but just like the legacy continues. It's Mr. Rob Wilson. How's it going, man?
Yeah, thank you very much for the introduction. Yeah, it's going well. Yeah, just sort of relaxing these days. I'm thinking about doing a few more battles, but yeah, it's all good.
Right. Are you, so, I mean, do you ever see yourself as being a very active battler, or are you more of a kind of man of leisure?
A man of leisure. I don't know, when I first did my tryout, I really campaigned to get another battle as fast as I wanted. I wanted to do a lot of battles, really, but as time has just gone on and I've got busier, I've just, yeah, I don't know, like, I'm happy to do 1 or 2 a year, but yeah, I wouldn't see myself as a massively active battler.
But you have that kind of, you know, reputation, don't you? Quite highly regarded.
Yeah, it's odd. It's really like mind blowing because like I've been watching battles for a long time, and I'm just seeing myself putting the same conversations as the people who I grew up watching is really crazy to hear, and I appreciate all the support that I've been getting.
And you say grew up watching. Where does it begin for you, Rob? Where's the first battle you watched? To sort of, you know, how did you interact with the culture?
First battle I watched, I was a big Rizzle Kicks fan. So the Rizzle TC battle.
Nice, interesting introduction.
Yeah, great battle. I thought it was freestyle, as with most people. Yeah. I was just like, oh, he's the best rapper ever. Like, look at what he's doing. And TC, obviously seasoned now. Obviously, I thought season won that battle, but
right.
Very good battle. And then I just sort of, because that was the only battle that Rizzle did, so I just didn't watch it anymore. And then, as with a lot of newish fans, Killer Crop people, my friend showed me later on the Mark Gris battle, and then I got hooked more onto Don't Flop from that, and yeah, it keeps on going.
And the first battle we're going to get to is not on Don't Flop. It's actually on the very... I mean, forget King of the Dot, forget URL. This is on Bishop Wordsworth.
It's on Bishop Wordsworth's grammar school in Salisbury, man.
Why battling? This ain't literally right. She's physically tiny, I'm lyrically tight. I should really be battling Skinny T, right? I said that has no status, I've got 63 likes. I'm gonna call him out, the lazy bastard, and we could arrange a battle maybe after I get rid of her. Then I get sprayed the llama, put tea in the ground like an Asian farmer.
Next to like the choir people singing and next to rugby boys. So yeah, and then there's just a random rap battle there.
Yeah, so this is it's titled Student versus Teacher. I mean, no surprise here. This came out in 13th of March 2014. Charity rap battle. Just before I ask you about the origins of this, it's very important that I'll read out the description here. The description is as follows.
It's the best description ever.
A year 12 rapper showcases his lyrical skills. He battles his English teacher and delivers the most ingeniously rhymed put-downs you'll hear all year. So that is some strong copy. So it's
yeah, man, a lot to live up to. I hope it did.
Well, we're going to get into it, but I mean,
like, get into it,
from your perspective. So this was you battling your English teacher for what purpose?
Okay, so obviously by this time I was already quite into battle rap, and I used to sort of like freestyle battle my friends who were sort of in her class. And then she overheard, and she was just like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And rap battles. And then like I showed her the Mark Gris battle. And she was like, oh, it's quite interesting, because she was actually a spoken word poet herself. And she's also published. She's done actually quite a lot of good things. And then I was part of the Amnesty International sort of club there, and we wanted to do a fundraiser, and I was sort of just like jokingly throwing around the idea of doing a battle with my teacher. And then she was really for it. She like, I was just sort of said it to her as a joke, and then she was just like, yeah, let's do it, man. And then we did it, and we raised a lot of money.
Good. I mean, yeah, and spat some good bars as well, and some questionable ones. I mean, a shame that she spits looking up from a hymn sheet where she's written them on.
She wrote it, like, she finished her bars long before I did, but obviously she has, like, things to do.
Of course, yeah.
So, yeah, she just read it off of there.
So, yeah, it is kind of, it's not got a Bagnall-like figure. It's got clearly the local AV club nerd or something recording it in some assembly hall. And it's you and your teacher. It's kind of 2 angles. It's quite nice, though, to see. It's got like 3,000 views. I discovered it because it was on Verse Tracker, which is kind of like... most people discover it. And it's like, I love that the catalogue, shout out Ryan of Verse Tracker has kind of managed to archive that. But, yeah, let's get into it. So, you start off here, you kind of play with the limits of language where you are. Everyone came here for me to watch me call you a, you clearly go for bitch, but bad teacher is how you remedy that. I mean, yeah, it's a funny, like, you pace a lot, don't you? Do you remember striding the stage?
I noticed that a lot in my, like, earlier battles. I'm very energetic when I perform. And back then it was just like, this is my first battle. It means so much. This is going to go viral. Student versus teacher rap battle. I'm going to be... Yeah, it's probably really cringe looking back, but...
Yeah, slightly. I mean, obviously there's Grist and Blizzard. I want to do a video on, like, teacher versus student battles, because there must be quite a few in some...
Yeah, there is, yeah.
There's in various incarnations of educational establishments and stuff, but, it's a non-swearing battle, you say, get rid of her and there'll be no cursing. Is there, like, a double meaning there? It hits quite hard.
Her name is Miss Curzin.
Wow, okay, that's nice.
Check that wordplay.
Shit, QP over here, like, that's not bad. Rach is her name, apparently.
Yeah, Rachel Curzin.
Yeah, Rachel Curzin. She graduated from Oxford. So, a little reveal game on her, to be honest with you. You say you should be battling Skinny T.
Yeah, in joke with the school, like, there was a rapper called Skinny T who came in, who was like, he was just like, I'm a rapper, and we were like, cool. I think he said something, I don't know, it was an assembly ages ago, but they just got a rapper in.
Okay. You say you should put tea in the ground like an Asian farmer.
Okay.
And like throughout this, Rob, I mean, you have a great...
say that for Big T.
Yeah. I mean, throughout this, you have a great personality, and one of the aspects of it that shows early on here is the kind of propensity towards that gangster real talk. You love talking it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't really watch URL battles, but I kind of find them hilarious. Like, I watch clips of them, and I don't know. I know it's like real street talk, but some like mannerisms that they do, I just love to imitate, and I suppose that's what a lot of my battle personality is about. Sort of like, I know a lot of battlers satire that, but it's just something I like to do.
I mean, I guess Wizard a contemporary.
Yeah. I can never be at his level though. He's someone I very much look up to.
Yeah, no, he's awesome. And then in the first, she begins with talking about the fact that Rob, you're white. This isn't Detroit. Big reaction for that. She is reading off the paper to say you're scoring only in terms of personal best on Flappy Bird.
Relevant bars, because that was popping.
Yeah. No, when it was App Store legal, yeah. I quite like this one. Only shank you've ever received is bleating and arrives with a side order of veg.
Lamb shank.
Yeah.
I
mean, yeah,
she's right. Yeah,
it's pretty strong. You flip in the second, since you're reading off paper, you lose automatically.
Yeah, man. I don't really do a lot of. Like, I can flip, but in all of my don't flip battles, I don't flip. That's the only flip I've ever done in my battle career.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, for some reason I thought you did more, but okay, maybe you should. She's got more degrees than a protractor.
Yeah. I was actually I was proud of that.
Yeah. To win, you're going to have to outswagger. Like, you are, like, I want to urge people, like, it's quite charming, actually, because most battlers, their first battle is a demo battle or whatever, but your first battle, you're, like, just a student at school, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of in a slightly different context to appreciate it in. Like, I think you actually do really well. Like, a lot of people wouldn't have expected it to kind of have that. I don't know, it's quite watchable as a fan, you know what I mean? I wasn't, like, cringing. Like, it's quite cute. It's, like, juvenilia sort of thing, like, and it's got some spirit.
It is a bit charming, like.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm glad that it's still there, and you do go quite risque when you see the semi poking out my trousers. It means I'm pleased to see you.
Yes, throwing gun bars in an all boys grammar school with year 7s watching.
Year 7s.
Terrible bar. But I did say that. I did say that.
And she evokes a bit of Mark Grist here. You know, you can't be a gangster in Jack Wills. Your swag was bought on QVC. She, you know, it's kind of okay. It's not too much, but you know, I love how, you know, in your third, like certain URL rappers, Rob, they'll be like at the start of the verse, only true G's will believe this or get this or whatever, and you begin with like only year 12 will understand this, and it's like,
man. Hey, shout out to the girl I referenced there.
Yeah. Lots of powerful stuff. Not much reaction, but the technical expertise is held. You know,
I remember many multis. This is what I did.
A lot. Yeah,
many multis. Actually, I've got like a bit of trivia about the third round. I actually wrote half a round on controversial her divorce.
Oh shit!
It wasn't like your shit, but it basically just brought up her divorce because the whole school knew about it, and I was gonna say that shit. And then I showed it to my friends. They were like, "Yo, man, we get it. You're passionate about this battle, but you can't bring up things like that to someone who's going to be marking you for your A levels." So I had to scrap that, and that's when I replaced it with the multis. I think I get it. There's not a lot of content in multis. I tend to do big multi streams. There's not a lot of content, but I don't know. It just feels good to write.
Yeah, you got a swag like Gatsby, smash you on the floor like the Glass Menagerie.
Two books you taught us.
Yeah, okay, no, that's good. That's good. And you know, she's okay in the third. At the end, you sort of shake hands and you know, teacher student sort of thing. The judges are then turned to George Millen. Yeah, Whistler.
Pardon?
Who was Wiz?
Oh yeah, that was my nickname in school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. A teacher, and some other people, and like a bold guy who was like, I don't normally sit on the fence, but I call it a dead heat. It's just like,
Hey.
Well, was that a good dude?
I've seen him about, but I never had him as a teacher. But
Oh right.
Clearly, I won. I feel there that I won on the day.
Yeah.
I don't usually feel strongly about wins, but I've always held I beat my Oxford graduate English teacher.
Yeah. No. It was it's a fun artifact. So is this what helped you get the Don't Flop battle against Kray Shendo?
Yeah, man. Like obviously, I saw Don't Flop, and I was like, I just did a rap battle. It's not too bad. I won. And I just sent them that, and I really did not expect them to apply. And then applied at a house party which I was hosting. It was just like 9:00, and then he was just like, "Yo, you're funny. Do you want to do a rap battle?" And I was like, "Guys, I'm gonna go on Don't Flop." And then I battled, and then and then Camden Carnage.
Wills up. All aggression aside, you fucking stepped in my sights. In every battle, he claims he's an intelligent guy, but none of your opponents have incredibly right. So it's like using intelligence to better someone who was 7 or 5. He thinks he's clever and nice because he's at uni now, when he's truly proud of his uni clothes, uni house, and uni brow.
July 2014. This is a good event. This was actually a lot of cool battles went down.
Oh, yeah, really, really good event. Like this is one of the best. Like I love Fiddlers. I love that venue is really good.
Yeah. But this was sort of pre-training days sort of era, and there were just some good battles. There was, the top 8 sort of at the time was going down. Juan versus Jay Dillon, Raptor versus Sleepy. Yeah, Pedro versus KY also going down. Future versus Tox. Did that go down there?
Yeah, man. See, that was just after my battle. It was my battle first, and then straight after that it was Tox. And I saw Tox, and I was convinced he was the best in the world. I was in such awe.
Yeah, no, it was.
It was so cool.
Yeah, it was a good one. I also had Filthy Phil versus HK.
Yeah.
I mean,
timeless. They need to bring that back.
Yeah, I did. I do a series on the channel, top 10 most disliked demo battles, and that is in there. There's a little segment on there, so check that out. Yeah, and a classic event for another reason. Old English rocking that SpongeBob garb.
Yeah, man. Like, obviously, I didn't want to say anything. He was like one of the first rappers, like battlers I saw, like straight up, because he came there quite early, like I did. Because with all tryouts. Because all Don't Flop events start 2 hours after they're meant to start. Oh, yeah. But as a tryout, I was like, I need to come there early. Like, come there fully prepped. So I came there half an hour beforehand, and nobody was there. And, I don't know, he managed to come early. I was like, oh, shit, it's Old English wearing that. Yeah, I didn't say anything.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just a landmark of that time. But this is the first battle of the day. Kray Shendo, like a forum dweller, wasn't he? Like that was.
Those like obviously my incredible research game. I found out he was on the old Don't Flop forum before Viewpoints.
Yeah,
he was very active there, and I know this because I made an account. I logged in, and like one of the trending topics was Kray Shendo is battling a guy called Rob Wilson.
Mm.
And then he posted the link to my teacher versus student battle, and yeah, I think the forum gave him help for that battle.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, but he simply shouts TFN.
That's the gang, that's the squad.
Yeah, Team Forum Nerd. So that is, and you don't really say anything in intro. You sort of scowl slightly. Do you recall that?
I shout out Salisbury.
Oh, do you?
What I've noticed, like in my first 3 battles, because I want to say something, and I'll shout out there.
And, we've spoken about the gun bars and the gangster afflictions, but, I mean, before we get into these rounds, talk to me about, like, the Rob Wilson style, like, because it's such a fun style to watch. It's such this kind of, like, manic, kind of wild, proud, sort of, like, the way you deliver your bars.
It's just parody, man, like, obviously I write first, and I structure my delivery around what I write, but it's... I can't really describe it. It's just like I know I've got quite a unique style, but if there's anyone, it's just parody. And sort of I'm not too direct. I want to sort of get good multis in. The delivery, I never really practice my delivery. I think spur in the moment works well for me. Maybe I should practice my delivery more, but a lot of people say that they rate my delivery. Because of its sort of like weird, sort of improvised feel to it. So I've got the bars over in my head, know them really well, and I just say them, I guess. Yeah,
it comes across well. That sort of slightly hasty style. It's very fresh.
Yeah. It's almost as if I'm trying to rush through it. I feel.
Yeah.
Especially in my early battles.
Yeah, there's kind of like a Mad Hatter kind of vibe to it in a certain sense. Just this kind of like crazed but very sort of serious, well rehearsed. And your sort of opening gambit here is probably going to say I come across as a classic Mong.
That's the best opening line of any battle. That is wonderful.
Yeah.
And then the famous "I'm here to prove this faggot wrong." Yeah. Screaming. Crazy. And then I noticed, because I watched the battle a lot when it came out, they got like a close-up of my face just before I scream.
It's well produced. You go hard. Hooks go into your head like a catchy song.
Yeah.
The aggression builds. Talk of him thinking he's great 'cause he's at uni now. Incredibly proud of uni clothes, uni house, and uni brow.
Yep. Yeah. Uni wordplay. Crazy.
Yeah. Politics scheme, obviously conservative bitch in Labour, where I find where UKIP. I mean, it's a reference.
Every election, somebody always tweets that to me or messages that to me because,
back to that TFN stuff. You say that you probably use the forum guys. They research me, all using corny lines or something like that. So
corny was the pseudonym of Cat Martin on the forum.
Yeah, it was.
So like when corny So, and this was before Callum Martin was sort of like a bigger name in Don't Flop.
And you say I've done 1 battle, you've done 6. So Kray Shendo have been quite active up to this point.
Yeah, he did loads of battles for Stan's Tool Battle League. Which is I don't think it's active anymore. He did he battled a guy called Blitz there. And I actually really rated Kray Shendo.
Yeah, he was quite good.
I actually liked him, and he could freestyle well as well. I thought that obviously he beat me, but I thought he'd go on to do really well in Don't Flop. Something happened.
Yeah, he was good. Wasn't there? I mean, not to delve too deep in personal lives, but there was sort of a shaming, wasn't there, of Kray Shendo?
Yeah, I think he battled JB, and JB said some real shit. And Kray never lived it down, and now he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, regardless, we've got these earlier stuff. He flips to politics, even more shit friend than Nick Clegg. It's not really a bar, but it's kind of nice to do.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, he did it.
And doesn't really know. Weren't special or unique coming off those assembly lines. talking about the English teacher. Like, it's quite nice. It gets quite full on the aggression. I write it and it speaks for itself, like Microsoft Sam.
Is that a precursor to Siri?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's kind of a sort of autodidact sort of software that sort of repeats what you say. Good stuff. You flip his name in the second. His name's Nick Chambers. He can't steal the room.
Yeah. Come to think of it, I like that.
Yeah, that's nice.
Nick Chambers steal the room.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, no, it was good. Talk of him loving battle rap, him being a groupie, that sort of stuff here. And Kray sort of has some good stuff here, like, when he's sort of stuck in the middle class forever, like Lisa Simpson. Yeah,
that was sick. That was good.
Yeah, big reaction. Similar to Grist, only means in production when you read Mark's literature. It's nice.
It's good for a tryout.
It is good, actually. It is a good style of battle there. In your the Russian roulette simulator, you do online text battles, and Cracker says he does. Yeah.
Biggest reaction of the round was from Cracker.
Little bit dense there. Talk of Kray doing a deep battle, and then we don't know why because the Wi-Fi changed. Gangsters wouldn't want Craig to win, sort of thing.
Yeah,
it's it's quite good. What are your remembrances of this, of the sort of quality performance?
Yeah, at the time I was happy. I was happy I didn't choke because I was really nervous. And I was the second round. I remember me not being too happy about the second round. I remember it being really short as well. But overall, I delivered everything how I wanted to deliver it, and I got compliments from Tox and Wilsey, which was odd. They both thought I won. Wilsey voted for me.
Wilsey voted for you.
He recognises a gangster when he sees one.
Well, of course. Mitch votes for Kray. Soljitsu votes for Kray. Old English feels you don't have the consistency. Fraser's got Kray taking the final two. So, I mean, altogether it does go with Kray, but nonetheless, though, good battle from both of you. Promising.
Yeah, a lot of people said it was a good, for a tryout, it was a good battle. And I'm sort of happy with it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I would have liked to have won, but I think that Kray was a very good competitor for my first battle.
Certainly. And you said earlier on, in the early days of battling, these 2014, 15 years, you were clambering for your next battle.
Definitely, yeah. I was really into it. I was going to battle Smart Alex as my next battle, and that would have been in a month after my Kray battle. And then I checked the date, and it was actually whilst I was in Reading, and it was between Reading and Smart Alex, and thankfully I chose Reading because I would have never been able to live it down battling Smart Alex over Reading. But I also had another battle for another league lined up against EMC.
Oh, right.
Of King of the Ronalds fame.
Yeah, of course.
I wrote all 3 rounds, and it was a big improvement over my Kray Shendo writing. And literally on the car on the way to the pub, which is where it was held, it's near where I live, he pulled out, which was annoying.
That is annoying.
Yeah.
And then we get Kachi.
Shit! Look at him now! He's got mates! This bloke is smiling. 480 Twitter followers. Good going, Nigel. Loads he likes the open rhymers. When they call him Blood, he gets so excited. So now he only lies. He boasts of knives, open riots, load his eyes, loads of knives, drawing fires, throwing fighters, hopeless violence, blowing to snipers. No social guidance. Deep down, you're still the lone of dying. Bro be fighting the blowing lighters. If he did see a man down open lifeless, you'd see blood jump out his skin like the Ebola virus.
I think I commented a few times saying, oh yeah, can I battle? And then he liked the comment, and I was like, oh, I'm going to battle soon. And then he just said, yeah, do you want to battle Kachi? And this was a 2-week prep thing, which is, I think, this is the shortest I've ever had to prep for a battle. But yeah, really enjoyable battle. This is probably the battle which propelled me the most. It's, people were sort of talking about it, and yeah, I need to watch that one back because I remember it being quite an entertaining battle.
Yeah, it is. It is certainly, yeah. Office Christmas party, Crafty's first event, I believe.
Yeah, his first event. No, it's not his first event. No, it was Heretic's first event.
Was
No.
it Heretic's first event? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
And then like me and Heretic got close there, and then we were just saying, oh yeah, we might battle each other in the future. And then he was my next battle.
Both of you here with the second battle. Kachi battled back at the start of the year. Kachi, like, what was your impressions of him going in?
I thought he was going to do really well. Like, he kept on posting that he really wanted to battle and that he got cheated against Akers and that he was going to kill his next opponent. And it was me, so I thought I really prepared for it because I've expected a really close battle. And then he turned up late. They wanted to put this battle first, and then we were after like a really good battle. I think we were after Juan and Vocab, which was quite a high up battle on the card. And he came late, and he was really He was like really sweating, really nervous for some reason. And I was like, "Are you okay?" And he was like, "Yeah." He was shook.
Well, he kicks it off and he struggles. You know, there's a quick pause.
I live this shit.
Yeah, I live this shit. He pauses. He can't really get out of that. He asks for a beat and then gives it himself. He gets in your face. When you have a daughter, you'll see this. No way you'll delete this, he sort of says. And, I mean, disappointing, right, to see the guy who you expected to be so good to really sort of stutter at the opening mark.
Yeah, I've been fair. I don't know. Like, a lot of battlers have actually choked against me. Heretic choked. Innuendo choked. It's... I don't know, like... I was kind of happy, because I sort of... No offense to him. I knew I was sort of won, because I know that I rehearsed my bars well enough to not choke. So... Yeah, it was a bit of a disappointment because I would have liked, but on the other hand, the fact that it was such a landslide body bag, as it were, sort of made the battle have a bit of notoriety. So that a lot of people were talking about it more, and that may have been why it's quite well viewed for a Don't Flop Extra barrel.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's fair. And you know, you talk of him calling out Tox in your first.
Yeah, he did Tox.
Yeah, ringing 3-9s till the feds start coming. Can't rap about sparking toast, you pleb.
Yeah, that was just I just wrote that as a standard filler, and people found it hilarious.
Yeah.
And then as I grew some self-awareness, I was like, "That's terrible. That's a terrible line. Who says sparking toast, you pleb?" But I don't know. Like, I like to parody myself, so I've used that as a semi sort of slogan now. Said it in a few battles.
Roll up and bring that wash base into your front door. Let that sink in.
Yeah. That big bar.
Huge bar. Lots of reaction. You actually jump on the spot. It's
I was so excited, man.
Yeah. It's mad that it sort of careens you off. And Kachi, just as he's going to his second, a glass breaks, which is like a sort of crow. It's an omen, I suppose. Yeah. He pours his long form again here. You know, awful really to see him struggle out of it and kind of gets you.
It's hard to watch.
You know, and then he gets you to rap, like he's just choking and then he gets you and just tough, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't see that a lot. You see a lot of rappers choke. You don't see them give up an entire round.
No.
Like.
No.
It was sad to see.
Yeah, it was. And in Kachi's third, I mean, he needs to rescue it here. You know, he talks of being not built for this shit. Such a middle-class victim that our knives are in your kitchen. It's quite nice. Nothing really. It's kind of a bit... And then, like, he starts saying the crowd is shit.
Yeah, that's probably why it's got a lot of notoriety.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't start on the crowd, and yeah, especially when they're all massively against you because you've been choking.
Yeah, it was the crowd. Yeah, the crowd turn on him. You talk of him being catchy in the third, but gets annoying after a while.
Do I?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, catchy, okay. Sort of like. You talk about favoritism, weed heaters, and race on every track. Pot kettle black.
Yeah, I was really proud of that.
Crazy.
At that time, that was my favourite bar I wrote.
Yeah. Talk of him growing up without a father, and Tox shouts "Daddy home, wish he was talking to you."
I was also really proud of that. I mean, he didn't react too well.
No,
Ogmios had to step in.
Really?
After the camera stopped.
Really?
Yeah. It was. I was just like, oh shit, man. Sorry for that.
Oh shit.
But yeah, he calmed down and he bought me a drink. And,
right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Big moment. I was really happy with how I did.
if you can't take the heat, keep out of the kitchen is kind of what's said later on, sort of thing. Tony says that.
Tony.
Yeah. But yeah, it is a funny sort of environment. And, you know, were you just fine with going that far? Like, you said you postponed doing the sort of teacher's divorce thing, but with the Kachi thing, it was just like shock value? Or?
I'm a very big fan of censor.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, the shock battle, like, I probably, like, since then I haven't done any big shock lines. I've always been a fan of that. I like, things, I believe that in a battle, things can be said. Don't take it too far. I don't think I took it massively far there. It was just sort of a parody-esque bar. But yeah, I don't think I'll be saying a lot of shock bars in the future.
Right. Fair enough. But, I mean, it was a good showing from you, good enough to get you against, who you mentioned prior, Heretic, who is a huge name in battling. You know, makes sense that you two would go up against that spot. That, you know, killing it from back then, wasn't he?
Yeah, seriously, you know, like, we both had really good performances, and then we sort of said we're going to battle there. And I kind of knew he was going to be as big as he was. Like, his style was so, like, he's one of my favourite battlers in the UK. Like, his sort of satire, snarky, sarcastic, middle class, uncomfortable. It's like somewhat uncomfortable style is really, really fun to watch. And I knew that he would have given me a really hard battle.
Truthfully, he's food for me. And that's the main shape of this match to win. Dope Flop have done him dirty. He can't take David backstabbing him. You think Dope Flop are pushing him in the same place that Raptor's in? No, Dope Flop are pushing him in the same grave I put Kachi in. But in the lead up to this battle, he tweeted beef because he's a dick online. Like that leak from Bleak, but despite this smack talk, he won't squeeze the heat. He made a pass on the road like FIFA Street, but this sneak has been...
First battle of 6.5 birthday.
First battle of the year.
Oh, was it really? First battle of the year?
Yeah, because that was the first event of the year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like, oh, it's a big one. We're going to kick off 2015?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah, 2015.
Kick off 2015 with Rob Wilson versus Heretic.
I mean, Enigma versus this tongue twister, eat your heart out, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
This was a fun event altogether, wasn't it? A lot of good battles.
Yeah, really good event. Like, Wardrobe?
I believe it is,
it's in Wardrobe in Leeds.
Yeah.
Really good venue. A lot of my favourite battles have been done at that venue. It's smaller than I thought it'd be. Which tends to be the case with a lot of venues that I go to. When I see battles being done there, it's a lot smaller when you go there.
Yeah, definitely. I think Don't Flop have done some events there before, and you can sort of see the difference in crowd sizes going from time.
Yeah, this was a lot smaller than...
Yeah, different demographic, I guess, as time moves on. But and this was judged, right?
This was judged. Yeah, it was the only, as far as I know, apart from the title match, this was the only judged battle of the event.
Wow.
Yeah, I think BAM and Dialect was judged.
Right. Okay.
And the top 8 final was judged with Juan.
Yes.
But yeah, this was one of the few judge battles of the day. I don't know why we wanted it judged. He asked us and we were just like, yeah, go on then.
So, I mean, you kick off in your first here. Like, I should ask as well, like, it's a different stage environment, isn't it, with all the people facing you? It's a little bit more intense. Did you feel that?
I do prefer battling in a pit. A lot more. Because it's hard to, like, you don't know where to look. Like, should I look at the crowd or should I look at the camera? And I think I just did whatever. Just, yeah. And it's definitely a different feel, but yeah, I did what I could.
Yeah, and it just, it does begin strongly. You talk of this being sort of Heretic's home turf here. Dog's been dropped in deep water and pulling leads down.
Yeah, not a good bar. Koj came up to me at some later event, I think it was Sunburn, tell me specifically that he liked me, but he hated that bar. That bar really spoke to Koj. He didn't like it.
Not chin up like happy citizens.
What does it mean? Chin up. I
guess like punch him up or something.
Yes. Chin punching up like nothing.
No.
There's no wordplay there.
Heretic's getting battered by Christian like the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, it was all leading up to that.
Right.
I felt that was a good punch, and yeah.
And I mean, like, in a broad scheme of things, Rob, obviously don't mean to pry or anything, but, like, are you on that spectrum of, like, A-Ward Saga, or is it less kind of about that in battling for you?
Yeah, I'm a Christian. I'm proud of that, but like, I don't really bring it up a lot.
No, it does come up a little bit though. It seems that's why I mentioned it.
I never. I think in this battle I mentioned it. But,
yeah.
But yeah, it's just something. It's just an angle for the opponents to use, and I'm sort of okay with it. I'm comfortable enough with my faith for them to use it against me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I would never be like. I wouldn't go as far to say, "Oh, look." I wouldn't want to be labelled as Rob Wilson, like a Ward in the Saga, sure. Christian battle rapper.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm just a battle rapper who is Christian.
Yeah.
So,
beat you black and blue, but since you're black, you'll just be blue.
Yeah.
The crowd are rocking with you, like, people are on board here. Whipping his ass for that mid-tier money as your closer.
Yeah, because this is sort of me like saying, oh yeah, by the way, I am mid-tier now, because this is my third battle when it's on a big stage. So, by the way, I'm mid-tier.
Yeah, mid-tier.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, the crowd liked it, and parody as per, so...
Yeah, no, it was strong. And Heretic, he kind of just can have those sort of comparison physical punches that will explode on a stage. You've come to Don't Flop looking like heather out of fresh meat.
He did a lot of comparisons this battle.
Yeah.
I look like a lot of things, according to Heretic.
That's his style.
That is his style, yeah.
I mean, he wins battles, and he is a brilliant angle taker, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
It's such a sneaky munchkin, too pathetic to write for. He has a nice, like, Plato's Cave throwing shade bar, actually.
Yeah, because I study philosophy, and he's like, oh, you study philosophy? Here's a at this time, I didn't know what Plato's Cave was, so nobody got that bar, including me. Right. And then he was just like, I'm really annoyed that nobody reacted to Plato's Cave. And I was like, who knows Plato's Cave apart from people who actually studied the topic?
Yeah, it's a little bit dense, but some people have commented on it, and it kind of like you can detect it here and there. So, yeah, and pass from road like FIFA Street is quite nice in your second tier. It's like some good stuff here. Gets shot down, taking the back seat like John Kennedy, but it feels like Heretic can just sort of control the room slightly better at this point.
He does, like he can control. He controlled like this is his second battle. He controlled the crowd so well, and you notice it like. And he like really, really practices performance as well, and you can see that. Well, with me, I don't practice the performance, and I think I don't know. It just works with him so well, and it works for him that day, and his voice carries as well. Like I was shouting a bit more, and that's how my voice carried, but he was a lot more calmer. But for some reason, just that worked, and the people at the back were connected as much as the people at the front. So well done, Heretic.
Yeah, Heretic, he does win it, I think, setting the Christian boy straight, that's conversion therapy. Chinese lesbian got dragged through River Island.
Yeah, I'm that. That's me.
Yeah. I live this shit, you scream at the start of your third.
I wanted to make that a slogan, to be honest. Like, I know how bait slogans are, but...
Yeah,
like...
There's not enough Don't Flop slogans, to be fair.
There's not enough. Like, Sparking Toast You Pleb is now mine. So, yeah, I live this shit. People still had the Kachi battle fresh in their minds. So I thought that take them back there.
The, talk of the money his parents spent on him, digging himself out of a silver spoon. His parents work for ISIS. I'm chopping heads on cam. It's we've heard this stuff, but it's not bad.
We've heard this stuff fairly.
Yeah. And Heretic just clowned you again in the third. Apparently you stole that sink in line.
Well, there's a meme of a sink next to a door with the caption "Let that sink in."
Okay.
It sounds really bad, but I didn't know that meme. But that meme, it does exist.
Oh, okay, so
people, I understand if people want to say I stole it. That's fine.
Right. Well, no. You look like Short Round from Indiana Jones.
Yeah. He's not the first one to say that. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I do look like him.
Get to the judges. Brucey says that you sound like too many MCs.
Yeah, I sound like every grime MC ever. No, I don't know what he meant by that. Really.
No, me neither. Shocks is there. Obviously, Shocks Battle Cracker. Always great to see Shocks. Evenly matched. It's his judgment. He tells you the truth. which is nice.
Yeah. Shocks has always shown me, like, it's weird, like, we and him are so different, but he's always shown me love at events.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of love for Shocks.
Oh, he's the man. Yeah. Champion, yeah. And Heretic. Sorry, he calls Heretic as the winner. Dialect says that you don't punch enough.
That's true. I think in this battle, this battle I didn't punch enough, nowhere near enough. And I think I'm good. I'm at my best when I punch a lot, when I just do 4-bar punches. And I think I could win a lot of battles just by doing 4-bar punches. It's just when I try to diversify and do big multi-streams, which don't work. I think I attempted double time in the third round, which didn't work.
Right.
But I just wanted to try it. I want to try new things in each battle.
And Impact, Heretic 3-0 for him. He has you as having potential, though.
Yeah.
He has that down. Danny Jack thinks you're good. Heretic does win. Obviously, Heretic was on a crazy streak at this moment. A fair victory.
Yeah, he won his next few battles.
He did.
Easily. I felt that I gave him a harder battle than his next few battles. So, I don't know. I liked it's not my favourite performance, but yeah, I don't know. I think I did well enough to, yeah.
Yeah, I think you sort of showed yourself. Yeah, definitely, it kind of worked.
He beat me. He clearly beat me, but I think I wouldn't say it was a body or anything like that. I think I helped him enough.
No, certainly not. And we get on to the next battle against Hyphen. This is Sunburn 2 pre-party, is that right? Which was a good event, actually. There was some really good stuff went down there.
When you first made your place, there's no way you beat Vic. Could you talk through his rounds like there ain't some cheap shit? Now, talking through rounds don't make you G. It's just making me think he's the Asian T kid, and that's what's making me think why he's a sucker for. We heard this Hyphen guy, and we don't want no more. Anyone saying Hyphen scores high, I won't trust for sure, because when Hyphen drops lines, that's an underscore.
And I have a bit of a personal stake in this battle, as I said to you before, Rob, where basically Hyphen, R-Dash, when I tried out for Don't Flop, going against Turner, this Rapping It Park thing, I think Hyphen was supposed to battle someone there, but they didn't show it, they no-showed him. And me and him just got talking after some event, and we just got on quite well, and we've sort of done a few things together, I've interviewed him for this blog and stuff. He's a cool guy, he's a really good rapper.
He's a really, really safe guy.
Yeah.
Spoke to him a lot after the battle.
Yeah, he's very nice guy, very cool guy, and he's like a rapper now. Yeah, he just raps now rather than does battling. Awesome. But anyway, I remember at the time, just as this battle got announced, he sort of said, "Can I send you some bars?" sort of thing, and he sent me pretty much all his material for this battle. But obviously way before I knew you or whatever, and I submitted a few bars, but they got ignored, actually, and I had one that obviously will never battle, but I was going to be it was kind of a modification of what he said, but he kind of had this punch, but I sort of said, this Chinese square's getting rolled over like Tiananmen.
Oh!
I didn't know if, that
what you're saying is that you've written bars against me?
I guess, in a sense, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. There's been a few, but,
Rob Wilson versus Soliloquy coming out soon.
No, we need to do Briggsy first, and then maybe...
definitely.
But that will happen. But I mean, Hyphen, technically, he's very good. I think as a battler, he can sharpen up a little bit. His technique was a little bit sloppy here, and he just sort of fall a little bit. How did you feel about this one? Yet another person on Don't Flop to battle.
Yeah, I know a lot of comments say this, but I kind of felt immediately the same thing. He just reminded me a lot of Heretic, the same sort of style. They even sounded similar, I found.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I approached this how I would have liked to approach Heretic, because I was quite annoyed about the fact that I've lost against Heretic. So, yeah, I knew he was good. I thought he was actually really good in this tryout. He said some questionable things, but don't we all?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just prepared for it quite hard. Yeah.
It was quite a cool environment, wasn't it? It seemed like a sort of bar stage kind of combo.
Yeah, good venue. It was in this pub in Central, and this was in the downstairs area, and I thought it was going to be in the pit, but no, there's a stage. A lot of people as well.
Yeah, there was. And Hyphen begins asking people to look at the small malnourished Asian child, to view growing up and, one day unsuccessfully not getting with anyone. Don't laugh at the idea in your raps, they laugh at the idea that you rap. Decent bars, but kind of not. Oh no. So he's saying you got decent bars, but shit delivery means you miss the message. Chinese whispers when there's Chinese whispers.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
A lot of race bars from him.
Yeah, yeah. There are. Stone's throwaway from a stoner's throwaway.
I don't know, like, yeah.
It's kind of two metaphors. Yeah.
Actually, an epitome of stoner culture.
Yeah. Your own face is your contraception.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
fair play.
You Heretic did the looks like. You do a few looks like here. You say that he's the Persian son of and Juan.
Maltese. I was proud of that because I think this is basically a classic example of me overdoing it. Wait, hang on. You should all know he ain't that great. I'm serving some. That's a 15-syllable multi.
Right.
That's some incredible shit.
Yeah.
I wanted to start off like.
The whole round is strong. She double-barreled surname when I break this lane, using hyphen to get from name to name.
Yeah.
Hard.
I'm happy with that, yeah.
Hard.
Happy with the whole first round.
Yeah, talk of him, talking through rounds, Asian T-Kid. When hyphen drops lines, that's an underscore.
Yeah. Happy with that.
You say you'll punch him in the jaw if he talks. Split hyphen in half to like a smaller hyphen.
Yeah, sort of parody on J. Cruz. He was the hot topic right then.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He hyphen here. Your life is a series of face palms. Christian battler doesn't believe in evolution, and
that's good.
Yeah, but he just sort of gets stuck, doesn't it? It's a shame. Yeah, again, Rob, like you said, like battlers sometimes just falter at your presence.
Oh, I don't know. Like, there's nothing I can do. Like, They just need to be brave. I feel.
You are right.
Yeah.
I mean, people love you though. Like it feels like in this battle, especially like from the second onwards, when it shows that hyphen can't quite keep up. Everyone's like, oh no, let's just watch Rob.
Yeah, I got a lot of especially people at the front. I felt a big rush of affection, which really helped my performance.
Yeah. And you quoted shampoo bars, which were quite terrible.
Yeah, I'm not really a massive fan of quoting bars because, like, I'm aware people don't watch that. People like we're on the undercards. People aren't going to be watching our battles. So, but the shampoo. I had the idea of not the shampoo, and sort of I had to quote it. It felt like a good angle.
Yeah, and you sort of take on the idea of gun bars in the world. Hunger drives them to a state. Irish famine.
Yeah,
it's all that shit.
Makes sense.
Hyphen has a very lazy ass jack bar in the third. Achilles heel got you a foot in the door.
Yeah,
I don't really know what it means.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
It's kind of quite poetic. It's quite apt. Yeah, it's quite nice. And you talk about like you actually mentioned Innuendo at the end of your third. Was that someone you were actually targeting for, or?
No. So before I was meant to battle Hyphen, after I lost to Heretic, Don't Floor, like everyone, they said, Don't Floor they're going to go to Croatia. They're going to do a big event in a festival there. And they even did a few trailers, and they announced a few battles. They announced Brucey versus Cieslin on beat, and who else? Uno Lavos versus someone. But yeah, it was going to be a big event, and then I said I can do it. I'm down to do it, and then I was like, yeah, we'll put you against Innuendo. I was like, shit, man, he's a big name, and he was like, yeah. So after the Croatia event fell through, they said we still really want to put you up against Innuendo. We think it'll be a good style clash, and Innuendo really wanted to battle me as well. So I knew that would be my next battle after Hyphen.
I mean, so it's quite bold. It's quite bold, isn't it? Really, because realistically, you could have faced a few other people, maybe a Juan, maybe a Sleepy G, but you just went for that kind of higher top tier name.
Seriously, I've been so lucky. I really have. Like, I think, a lot of people have had to grind very hard to get to battle someone like Innuendo. I think my personality matches up well against a lot of people with other similarly big personalities. Which is why these matchups happen. Like, me and Big T would never have happened if not for two personalities.
I mean, let's stick on to Innuendo, though. Like, when this goes down, like, were you watching his battles? He's got such a legacy.
Yes, of course, yeah. Like, obviously I was a big O'Shea fan. I watched a few Innuendo battles. I remember, I think the first Innuendo battle I watched was his mirror match.
Right.
And that was so good. That's the best. There's been a lot of mirror matches. That was the best mirror match.
Easily, yeah, definitely.
Really like introspective, really deep, and I think nobody is beating Innuendo as well as he beat himself.
Yeah, no, totally.
Like, it was so good. That he gained a new fan with me with that.
No surprise that this man is a daft mug. Plays on impressionable girls, but only can when they are drunk. In battles, you even call yourself a nonce. And though the crowd react to that bar, son, don't think that cancels out the fact that you are one. Because in your mirror.
This battle's most renowned, really, for your third round. Like
my third round.
I mean, talk us through this.
Yes, like I said, like. The whole 4-bar punch thing works well for me. It works in all my battles and it'll work in future battles, but I don't know, I don't like being stale. I want to like switch up, do big multi-streams, do some real talk. And then, I just thought of this idea of me telling a story. And it wasn't even meant to be, because it's the same, why it's so bad, I feel, is because it's the same multi-stream, draining a fifth of some vodka along, also the chorus as well. And it wasn't meant to be a story. It wasn't meant to be with the same multi-stream. It was meant to be different things, but no punchline. And then big leaning up to the end. But big real talk, stop taking cocaine, Innuendo, very bad. And I just wrote it. I remember that being, that might possibly have been the hardest round I've ever written. Like, I put a lot of time into writing that round. And I did show a number of people, and they said they liked it. And I was convinced at the time that it was going to go well, but clearly it didn't. And I understand, like, I knew it was going to be a hit or miss round. The same with big concept rounds. They could either be hit or miss, and there's a lot of rounds which have been the same. People thought they were going to go well, but ended up didn't. But that round only the battle against Big T, though, so... In all fairness, that might have been the best round I've ever written. Because it propelled me, it propelled my name a lot more because of how bad it was. Yeah.
And did you realise in the room that because you can see the reaction is just...
Like, because a battler feeds off a reaction. Like, nothing's worse than if you write a punchline and it doesn't go off. It feels really bad. And even though this had no punchlines, people were talking in the background, and I was just like, "Fuck, I'm just gonna keep on going." So I remember speeding up. Well, I haven't watched that round back for obvious reasons, but Tony D turning away. I've actually, a lot of people have given me support for that round. They say, "Oh, it's well done for trying. We know it couldn't have gone off, but not a lot of people would have tried something like that. So fair play." So thanks, guys.
Who said that?
Just fans. And, who? Frankie's been really supportive. Frankie's been a don. Who else? Locksmith said after the battle, he was just like, "Yeah, you shouldn't have started that round, but fair play for trying."
But, that makes sense. Yeah. No, I mean, and how does this like logically go into the Rob Wilson stuff? To the Big T stuff. Sorry, they're so similar.
Yeah, I know, right? So battle came out. People talked a lot about the round. Big T caught hold of it. I was like, this is a terrible round. And then when he did it, I remember him just filming a vlog saying how much he hated the round. It got loads of likes. And a lot of people found it funny. And then a few people jokingly said, Rob Wilson versus Big T confirmed. And I was like, yeah, that's never going to happen. And then it happened. Because he filmed another vlog of him punching the screen, which is really funny.
It's funny. Yeah,
that's an infamous video.
Yeah,
and Rob, I hate you, Rob, and he's hilarious. And I never knew it was going to go down. And then Noah hit me up like, right, it's going to go down you versus Big T, April Fools, and I was like, I'm ready. But then I ended up going to Brazil. So I was on my gap year. Couldn't battle Big T because I was on my gap year.
Right.
Very gangster.
And I mean, it took like a year, didn't it, to go down?
Yeah, it took a whole year. Yeah, so I battled Innuendo for 7th birthday. and Big T was 8th birthday, so a whole year.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And I mean, I remember getting to the event, 8th birthday, and actually seeing you outside and talking, and you were sort of, I think you said you would listen to Battle Rap Resume when you're doing your coursework or something.
Yeah, so, in Brazil. Obviously during coursework, a lot of procrastination went into that. So thanks.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
And in Brazil, in like long trips, a lot of Battle Rap Resume got listens to.
Excellent. No, that's cool to think that it was in Brazil. That's awesome. But
yeah, man, you got fans in Brazil, man. You got international.
Rio, what good? But,
yeah.
No, when we were at the event, inevitably, like any other battler, really, if you meet them at an event, they say, "Do you want to hear some bars?" And you know, in your case, genuinely, sincerely, I did. So I remember we walked slightly away from the area. This was the sort of 8th birthday pre-party bunker, famous for not only the lost videos that eventually come out of me interviewing all the battlers, but also the 2 girls at the front who were quite notorious there as
they were entertaining,
iconic screen members.
They're gonna go down with the sunburn to Malfoy kid.
There's a few of us as well, but there's
one of them was just like, he's not battling, he looks about 12, and I was like, fuck off.
And she oh man, I didn't know that. Yeah, the story.
They were quite funny though.
Yeah, I guess in a
but they were inevitably going to get so much hate on YouTube.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
He's trading a bit for some vodka along with cocaine, you will say. Blow, I came in this game doing shit rounds, and I'm not gonna quit now! No talk! Fucking talk to him! Let's go, baby! Yo, I have self-awareness.
So you read your rounds out to me. I remember stepping slightly away and listened to them, and I remember loving them. I remember really enjoying them. Sort of wasn't aware until that point that it was going to be a one-rounder, but was entranced. And one of the things you said that always stuck with me that I knew, so I heard it actually on stage probably about 4 or 5 hours later. I was standing on stage, and I just knew it's one of those lines you know is going to pop, where you were like quoting the whole sort of innuendo stuff, and then you were like switched it with the Big T cadence and came in this round doing shit rounds, and I ain't gonna stop now.
Yeah, obviously I had to address the innuendo stuff because that's why the battle happened. It couldn't have gone any better. Got a big reaction. Happy with it.
It's crazy.
Originally I was just meant to be like draining. I was going to start off the round with the multi-stream, draining a fifth of some vodka, and then like eventually parodying it. But then I was just thinking, no, I could do something a lot more creative because it's, and I ended up doing that.
And a fantastic battle, isn't it? Like, as a piece of work to put out. People love this one.
Yeah, that's my favourite. Obviously it's my favourite battle. It's my favourite performance. I think it's a lot of people can watch it. Like, you don't have to be a hardcore fan to. Obviously, I do a lot of references as I do, but and Big T gives a really good performance. I was scared because I prepared a lot for the battle. Came with easily my best stuff, and then I reckon he could have won if he stood there and freestyled, because it would have negated all the work I put in. It's in the same way Charlie Clips and DNA versus Chris Leeson Unanimous. The latter rehearsed a lot, whilst the former freestyled. And then Charlie Clips and DNA won easily because of the fact they didn't care. But Big T cared, and he wrote a solid round. And it ended up being a good back and forth one-round battle.
Yes, certainly. And I love the idea of someone who's like a big T fan who just watches URL and Black Eyes going on their verse track and be like, oh, what's new on Big T? Oh, he's on Don't Fluff. And just going on, just seeing you guys battling, be like, the fuck?
Yeah, it's so surreal. So surreal. But I love, really good experience.
Yeah, definitely. And that is the end in terms of the battling up to this date, man. Are you hoping to battle again, at all in 2017?
Yes. Like, I've been busy at uni. But I'm finished now until next year, and I like to keep busy. Originally, I was thinking of just stopping after Big T, like going out on a high. Because I don't think I can go as well as I did against Big T. I think everything just worked so well for that moment. And the next battle I do will just be like, oh, he's battling again. But But I don't know. I do miss it. And I went to Checkpoint 4. I met you there.
Yeah.
And really good event. And seeing all the fans react and being on stage obviously because I partook in the Harry Baker battle.
Yes.
And seeing the crowd react, like, it felt so good. It's so good. And it does make me want to battle again. I've got a few names who would probably want to battle me. I've got a fair few views now, so I reckon I could just go straight in. I want to do a festival, to be honest, because I want to do a festival.
What do you mean, like, do a festival?
Like, yeah, I think then they may be going to Brighton. There's like a festival in Brighton, and they might be doing a few battles there, and it's paid as well.
Oh, right.
Which is awesome. And I might apply to do that because it's just something to keep me busy. I want to remain busy. I want to keep my pen sharp, as it were.
And ideally, who would you like to face, just if you could face anyone?
I don't know. Me and Juan are going to battle at some point.
Weren't you and Juan meant to battle Crafty and Baker?
Yeah, we were meant to battle as a 2-on-2 team. And I still want to do that, and he's still doing that. He's doing a big battle for Sunburn, which I can't. Yeah, but he's doing a really good battle for that. Maybe I could battle on that card, but we're still always playing around with the ideas of that battle. But I spoke to Harry, and then he said that me and him and Kraft probably won't team up for that battle. I don't know. We didn't actually end up writing anything for.
Yeah, it's a shame,
yeah,
really.
Like, we had a few. We had like a Google Docs page and like a few things around, but nothing got written.
Oh, wow, okay. But if it just would have went down then, like if it went down now, it sort of doesn't have the same impact, but it was sort of a bit more burgeoning, you know?
Yeah, because like it was after he beat Sharon and after I battled Innuendo. So, and it would have been a good battle and it would have been a good experience. I'm a massive Harry Baker fan. Like, he might be my favourite right now in Don't Flop. Yeah, and it was such a privilege being on stage with him. So it would have been, and I think him and Kraft would have. They've battled before, haven't they? Together against Shuffle T and Marlowe.
Yeah.
I was a bit disappointed about it. They could have shown more chemistry.
Yeah, that wasn't
the best. Poets. They're both very good. They're both poets, but
yeah, it wasn't as kind of dynamic as Shufflo at all. But obviously they're way more. No one's
dynamic as Shufflo, but they're both really good. And it would have made a good battle, but who knows? Who knows? It could happen.
Yeah.
I do want my next battle to be sort of a solo battle. With whoever, anyone can get it. Anyone.
Wow.
Man.
You versus Shuffle?
Pardon?
You versus Shuffle?
I don't think he'd take me. He's good. He's extremely good. I don't know. Like, if that ever happens, I would have to prep. Like, he's so much. He is so good.
Yeah,
it's nice of you to say that though. Like,
well, no, I just think like he's not bashful. Like, he just takes on good people and be quite.
Yeah.
Like, you rarely see Shuffle go up against some quote unquote posh rappers. So it's nice to see that sort of style.
He killed it against Heretic though.
He was fantastic against Heretic. Yeah, of course. Like,
so, I don't know. I was thinking, obviously because I like to parody that style, sort of a Gab guy.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Like a sort of Bear Solutions Bracy, although that didn't happen. But that's sort of.
I know you're interviewing him today. I'd like to battle Scoop.
I interviewed Scoop earlier, actually. Yeah, it was.
Earlier? Oh, awesome.
Yeah, we spoke earlier.
He is awesome, and he's big amazing. Things are happening for him.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He's someone that I'd like to battle.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I know.
Yeah, but anyone could. I'll battle. I'm not really fussed. There's no one I'm looking to call out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll round up Rob with a round up Rob. That was quite hard to say. With a quick 5 questions here. The first one being your favourite Don't Flop battle.
My favourite Don't Flop battle is. It's a pick. It's a weird one. It's a pick between Censor Dialect.
Right. Good.
And Shuffle T and Marlowe versus Wizard and Scissors.
Yo. Okay. Good choices. Yeah. Interesting. What the Wiz and Scissors your favourite Shufflo performance? Yeah.
Also, like Wizard and Scissors they're equally good. I don't think it's their best performance, but overall, that's a really good battle, I think, and I really enjoy it. That's sort of the battle I show people.
What about King of the Dot?
King of the Dot. I'm a massive Iron Solomon fan. I'd say him versus B Magic.
Oh, okay, good choice. Yeah, that's a great battle.
Really, really underviewed as well.
Yeah, no, that's a solid battle. That's a really good
Really
one.
good battle, yeah.
Love those massacre events. What about
What
about URL?
Like I said, I find a lot of URL unintentionally hilarious
Right.
mannerisms. If I was to pick one, I would say John the Don versus Hitman Holler,
Okay.
because it is ludicrous. Reload with the bullets that came out him.
Yeah.
Like that's hilarious to me. Like it's not meant to be, but yeah, really good. You see it in URL. It's all about performance, and their performance is ridiculous. So good, so much aggression.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
it's just it's like theatre. It's just
Yeah.
it's really like theatre, the way they deliver their bars. And I do drama as well, and it's really great to see.
So you're an actor, just before we go.
I've done a few films, and I'm doing a play soon.
So do you feel battling has helped you in any way, like in terms of memorizing or performing, or?
Well, I did acting a lot longer before I did
Right.
did battling, so that's sort of helped with my memory a lot. But yeah, I'd like to combine the two to do something. I don't know. I've had a few ideas.
Is that the dream, to be an actor?
Yeah, it's what I'm striving to be.
Oh, nice. That's really good, man. And it's great to have this battling back catalogue, like if you're on the West End.
Yeah, it's helped
or
me a
whatever.
lot. Like, it's really great to put on a resume that I do all these shows. There you go, Barra resume.
Yeah, there we go. It's legally binding, this show, so.
Yeah. I can't think of any words apart from resume now, but yeah, but it's really good. Like, I do all these shows. Also, I've got X amount of views on battles.
Yeah.
And people know me through that. And I still get recognised in some odd bars in London.
Oh, really?
Which is really surreal, but quite funny.
That is funny. Okay, so final two questions. The first one being your favourite film.
My favourite film, Snatch.
Snatch, good choice.
Snatch is it's the all-time greatest film ever.
All right, yeah, I like
Hands
that
down.
choice.
I love it.
Yeah,
Love it so much.
It is just such character, isn't it? It's just got so much going on. Yeah.
The way it's the cinematography, the dialogue. Obviously, it's not the most. It's no Shawshank Redemption.
Sure.
Which obviously that's an incredible film. Love it. But it's just really fun to watch. I could rewatch that. I think I'm watching that tonight with my girlfriend. We're just gonna watch Snatch.
Why not?
And it's gonna be the best night ever.
Yeah, enjoy. And finally, your favourite musical artist that is non-hip hop related.
Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah, big Pink
choice.
Floyd fan.
Yeah, I love Pink Floyd.
Yeah, Dark Side of the Moon is my favourite album.
Are you? Oh yeah, they're so good. Are you fan of the earlier stuff then, sort of original lineup?
More so they're later.
They're later, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, very good.
Dark Side of the Moon is incredible release. Any Colour You Like is. Yeah, the whole album is wonderful shit, man.
Stunning.
Some cultural landmark choices there, so that was great. Finally, how do people get at you, Twitter-wise, social media? How do they reach you?
Both Instagram and Twitter, robbed by Wilson.
Yep.
Brilliant pun. Kept it for 2 years.
Why not?
And Facebook, Rob Wilson. Yeah, that's all people need to know, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. If you want to contact Rob, if you want to say how much you enjoyed this episode, if you did enjoy this episode, be sure to subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Patreon, etc. Check us out there if you want to help to donate. Rob, this has been great, man. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for having me, man. Like I said, I've been listening to your podcast and I'm a big fan of it. So it's an honour to be on it.
Oh, man, it's good to have you, honestly. And battle more, so I'm going to have you back on, man.
Yeah, awesome. Definitely. I'll do it for you, man. I'll do it for Tom. I'll do it for Tom.
People just battling to talk on the show, that's great. But, no, Rob, cheers, man. This has been dope.
Yeah, thanks for everything, man.